Welcome to the B.L. Glover Show. I'm your host, Bushan Glover. Now, today is July 1st, 2022. Now, let's get right into it. Now, entertainment, sports, politics, and money is the game when it comes to the B.L. Glover Show. Now, if you're looking for a Better Black America podcast, go to a Better Black America podcast. Make sure you go ahead and Google that. Episode number 40 is in the queue. But the B.L. Glover Show is more of my personality. More me just keeping it 100 with you. It's Friday. Let's have a conversation. Because one thing that I am, and I'm going to keep it 100. On July 1st, 2022, I'm pissed off. I am pissed off. And when we talk about entertainment, sports, politics, and money, sports, politics, entertainment, all of that kind of works hand in hand. So from a political perspective, it could bleed over into entertainment. It could bleed over into the sports. It could bleed over into the money. But yesterday, I did a litmus test on my Facebook page. Facebook they monitor a little bit now that they're trying to create this meta world. A lot of things that they used to share or used to connect us with, they put in these algorithms to not keep us connected. It's kind of weird. You have thousands of friends, but you only contact or communicate with just maybe a few hundred of them. And that's by design. Because before, when everybody was connected with the hashtags, this is how they created this Black Lives Matters movement. This is how the world was able to react. And now it seems as though they're keeping content and trying to control the atmosphere by only allowing things that they deemed things that they want people to see or things that they have deemed okay to see. Because Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in yesterday. And she is the first black female Supreme Court justice. And that's huge. She should be trending today. She literally should be trending today. But she's not. Clarence Thomas is. But I'm not going to talk about what he's trending for. Because Ketanji Brown Jackson, she should be applauded. And I don't know what's going on with the world, but thank God for the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. That's what you call checks and balances. The legislative branch, judicial branch, executive. So this is what you call checks and balances. Now, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she went to Harvard, both campuses. She's been a court clerk for the last 20 years. And she is now sitting in the Supreme Court along with Clarence Thomas. And there's something that they have in common. When I say in common, they both have white spouses. And that kind of, maybe it bothers people. I don't know. But y'all need to get off Clarence Thomas's back. Because Clarence Thomas, by no stretch of the imagination, is a racist or anything like that. When you're dealing with the high courts, you take an oath on the Bible. Not on no witches and warlock book, but a Bible. And when I watched Ketanji Brown Jackson get sworn in, it was like so clear. There is a new day. And when I sat there and I looked at her husband, I said, it's a new day. And I said, well, we got two blacks, not African Americans. These are two black people who happen to be married to white people. And I'm going to go ahead and clear the room up a little bit or clear the smoke up on that, because I got a phone call from Clarence Thomas. And before I tell you about the phone call, the media, social media, and this is the part that's really bothering me. Social media, looks at this black man who is sitting in the Supreme Court, and they say things about him that's not true, because he's doing what he's called to do. And if there's any black man on the planet that is a lawyer or an attorney, Clarence Thomas have reached the Mecca of law. He's sitting on the Supreme Court bench along with Ketanji Brown Jackson. So we got two of them. And the one thing that stuck out before I can even start tripping. It made perfectly good sense. And this is when I got the phone call from Clarence. I'm looking at Ketanji Brown Jackson, and her white husband, her 2 biracial kids. It's like, wow. And then I'm looking at Clarence Thomas, who's married to a white conservative Republican female. And you know how women, will drag you through the mud. Oh, you don't like black people. You know how white liberals would have us hanging and lynching our own kind just because they chose the route that they chose. And clearly it was the correct route, because when you're dealing with the high courts, you really understand what assimilation really means. It's not a pipe dream to a few chosen few. And now that we have 2 black, they're not African American. These are 2 black people sitting on the bench. This is how we win. And when I got the phone call from Clarence, he said, Bashan, the phone rung. Hello. Bashan? I said, Clarence? Yeah, this is me. I'm on your Facebook page, and I just wanted to show you something. Did you think twice or have any concern as to why on your page you put our sister, Ketanji Brown Jackson, on your page being sworn in? I saw you zoom into the Bible. I saw you trying to help our sister out. And I know you're wondering why it only has 3 views. And I said, yeah, man, why is that? I don't understand that. Why it's only 3 views on a black woman, the first black woman being sworn in to be a member of this elitist Supreme Court, high court position. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's sharing, and it's not going viral, and she's not trending. Do you know why this is? I said, nah, I don't know why this is. He said, it's by design. So Ketanji is here and I'm here. We're going to save the day. So how y'all going to save the day? He said, look, you have 2 blacks, not African Americans, 2 blacks sitting on the Supreme Court. And I said, but look, Clarence, and I think the issue is you and, our sister, y'all spouses. And he said, see, that's that bullshit right there. See, do you understand what assimilation is? And I'm listening. I'm sitting back, man, I'm talking to a judge. And he said, listen, Bashan, assimilation. The first letter in the alphabet starts with an A. And I knew this from my whole career. The reason I am where I am today is because being married to that white woman. They will not think or consider putting a black man in any powerful position unless they have at least what appears to be, or what they think it is, one of their own. Now, Ketanji, she's married. She's a little younger than her. He's white. Now she's a judge. We both black. What's next, nigga? Y'all go ahead and give it up for Clarence Thomas, man. Yeah, when I got that call from Clarence, man, I was like, wow. So what Clarence is saying, the only reason that Ketanji Brown Jackson and Clarence Thomas is in the Supreme Court is because they're married to white people. This is what assimilation is. So now these 2 blacks in the highest court are conservative. So now we could talk about the black nuclear family: God, man, woman, and child. Wow. Back to the basics. And I like to thank Clarence Thomas for marrying that white woman. And I like to thank Ketanji Brown Jackson for marrying that white man. Because if y'all wasn't married to white people, you guys would not be who y'all are today, or who y'all is. Well, plural, singular, whatever. Because without that white hype or without that white spouse, you wouldn't have got that favor. Why? Because white men run the world and they make the decisions. Now, how did Barack Obama become president? He got a black wife. Yeah, but his mama white. His mama was an anthropologist. His mama, was something special, and they don't talk about his mama. His mama met his daddy on the campus of Harvard University. Either that or if I'm getting the stories, misinterpreted, I could be corrected with the fact checkers or whatever, put it in the comments. But somehow they met. And Barack was a bastard child. And actually, Barack Hussein Obama is a junior. So Barack's grandfather is CIA and what's called a negrophobe. So this is how you get a biracial person who thinks and acts and walks and can play around with blacks, but he's not truly black. This is why now that his presidency is over, him and Michelle ain't even hanging out no more. She's hanging out with her friends and he's hanging out in Washington with his nerd friends. But he's Harvard all day. So I'm knowing he's still in the mix. But just think about that. There's no way without a shadow of a doubt that Clarence Thomas would be sitting on the Supreme Court, be Justice Thomas, and Justice Jackson would be no Justice Jackson or Justice Thomas without white spouses. Now, it's not by design, people. That's how it goes. And there was another part of that conversation we was talking about the algorithm. And Clarence told me just like this. He said, look, Bashan, I saw your page and I don't understand. And I know you understand and I understand. You see how you put that page up and only 10 people watch that video, or Facebook, Meta, just only allowed 10 people. But I saw where you was frustrated and got mad and decided to put a video up to prove a point of a 13-year-old girl snort crack in the bathroom. Yeah. And I said, yeah, I did it because I wanted to see what Facebook was going to do. Facebook should block that. They shouldn't let people see that. And why would Facebook allow that video to stay up and then slow down the views of a Supreme Court justice being sworn in? Wow. Only in America, what Don King would say. But we can also say time's up in us too, because we got a plan. So entertainment, sports, politics, and money. Let me go ahead and reset the room. Hey, welcome to the BL Glover Show. My name is Bashan Glover. Your host today is July 1st, 2022. Entertainment, sports, politics, and money is the brand. So we're talking to some politics today because it affects everything. We have two black Supreme Court justices. And we have a 14th Amendment that basically they looked at and said, there's nothing about abortion rights. So Roe versus Wade is dead. Part of a little liquor. So what's next? And you're talking about constitutionalist. The framers framed us. This is why the Democrats is pretty much doing everything they need to do right now. They money laundering, they stealing the money, they're ruining the country because they know they're going to be brought to heel, not like dogs. That party is done because the black exodus is on, because we understand what's going on. Because a lot of people, think assimilation is not real, but it's only real to a chosen few. Now, Justice Clarence Thomas and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson are the assimilators, because now they can actually frame America or reshape America to the way it's supposed to be, because our framers frames us. How can you be a land of liberty and have a criminalization clause in the Constitution that will basically put billions and billions of dollars in prison industrial complex, which is modern slavery? And just like with Roe versus Wade, the federal courts pushed abortion back to the states. And with the slavery, the states pushed the criminalization clause and the federal prison slavery industrial complex to the Fed. So now that we have Ketanji Brown Jackson, along with our dear brother, Clarence Thomas, now it looks like we got more hope than we ever had before. We won. Time is undefeated. And listen, I don't care who they're married to. If Clarence Thomas didn't have a white wife, he wouldn't be sitting on that bench. If Ketanji Brown Jackson didn't have a white husband, she would not be a Supreme Court justice. And if Kamala Harris wasn't married to Doug, not black Doug, white Doug, she wouldn't be the vice president. With that being said, man, that's the BL Glover Show. Man, y'all have a great weekend. Keep tapping in, keep tuning in. Until next time. And make sure you go to conservativeofamerica-coa.org. You know, we taking your nickels and your pennies. Make sure you go to A Better Black America TV on YouTube and subscribe. And, hey, we won. And this is what winning looks like. If you can see my face, I'm smiling, but just stay tuned because the video series is coming. With that being said, peace out. Have a great day. Happy weekend to you. Happy 4th of July weekend to you. And this your man, Bushan Glover, signing out. The BL Glover Show. Peace out.